When I was at age of 25, once I went in the mountains. Uh, there was a full moon. It was a beautiful landscape, and it happened to me that somehow I I jump out of this psychological time, past, present, future, and this was a very powerful experience uh, that I did not understand. Um at that time, I had degree in geodesy. I started working, and it was a, a big shock for me because I've seen that I experience life totally different than other people. Uh, I was living from from this experience. I was living in now. For me, it was always now, and I've seen that people somehow are imprisoned in this linear experiencing of life and universe and everything. Also, before this experience, physics was my favorite subject of research. I was very curious as a kid already. So I started visiting physics courses at University of Ljubljana. But then I've seen actually that professors are just talking what they learn and they don't have fresh insight about what is time, about what is Einstein relativity. So I study relativity myself. I start to study myself, and I discovered actually that this idea that time is a fourth dimension of space, that this idea is false, and that actually uh, universe is timeless. There is no physical past, there is no physical future. Universe happen in space where there is no time. Uh, it took me about maybe 20 years to get really this point. And we published with friends, with colleagues, few articles about this in physics essays, and then later on with my research colleague from Italy, physicist David Fiscaletti. We published an article in Foundations of Physics that actually in physics we have only mathematical time. There is no physical time. And a mathematical time, the fundamental unit of mathematical time is Planck time. And actually, every duration is a sum of a certain amount or number of Planck times. Uh, and that what we measure actually with clocks is a numerical order of events that happen in now. I was convinced that time that this article will have a huge impact on scientific community, but nothing happened. So after we published this article, I really get very curious about Einstein relativity, about general relativity, and I've seen actually that this curvature of space of Einstein is not such a great idea. Because NASA has measured back in 2014 that universal space has Euclidean shape. So I was searching for a few years how to express curvature of space with some mathematical equations, or let's say model, that will have also a physical sense. Actually, how to transform general relativity into, that is actually mathematical theory, into physical theory. And after a lot of work and thinking, the idea came up that actually more space is curved, less space is dense, less is the energy density of space. And so I came on the idea of this, actually this formula came into my mind once in the night, that is now in the front of my YouTube channel, that actually every physical object is diminishing energy density of space in its center exactly for the amount of its energy. This is the extension of the mass energy equivalence principle on the space. And actually here we are back to the old idea of ether. That is a bit different in the sense that ether is not filling universal space. Ether is the fundamental energy that is the substratum of the universal space. We call today ether with the different names: superfluid quantum space, superfluid vacuum, physical space. But the Einstein idea that actually space has no physical properties was a huge mistake. I mean, for me, it's normal that big minds also make big mistakes. And Einstein was a very big mind, but his idea that universal space is empty is a huge mistake that is damaging now physics for more than 100 years. So I published a few articles about these advances of relativity, where actually the result is that observer has nothing to do with the relativity. These Einstein ideas about proper time, coordinate time, inner observer, outer observer, inertial system, relative motion, all this is well done, but I believe it needs development. I develop a relativity where actually all the relative phenomena in the universe are observer invariant. Relativity, sorry, relativity is the result of the variable energy density of space and of the fact that this local space is moving and rotating with the stellar objects. And Michelson-Morley experiment was actually a negative result of this experiment is because the idea was wrong, that Earth is moving through the stationary ether. No, the local ether around the planet Earth is moving and rotating with the Earth. That's why Michelson-Morley experiment gave negative result. And if you go really deeply into details of Sagnac experiment, you can see that Sagnac experiment, Sagnac interferometer, is a proof that space is not empty, that space is a fundamental energy of the universe. So later on, actually, I went into cosmology because I knew it as a child that the Big Bang theory, it's a nonsense. It's a childish idea. This is religious idea, and somehow now we published this article about black holes as a rejuvenating system of the universe. So actually, my work in physics was somehow pushed by some events actually that changed my life.